Hey everyone, it's Maribel Blue with a new Pathetically Unfiltered. If you are new here to this channel, please take a moment and consider subscribing. And if you are not new, welcome back. This is going to be the TikTok Streets edition where I pull up different TikTok videos and react to those videos. And of course, we will end it with one of the paranormal. So let's get started. We are going to get started with Bishop, who is part of the panel discussion a few videos ago, and she talks about Drewski. So let's go ahead and not waste time and let's get started.
The reason folks mad at Drewski is because the shoe fit a little too well. Drewski didn't do a skit. He actually did a documentary. Because whoever did his fake makeup didn't just beat his face. They built a whole character like IKEA furniture. Every piece lined up. Every angle correct. The face, nailed it. The body, nailed it. It's like this upside down triangle thing, but he nailed it. I was sitting there watching I have seen this before. Matter of fact, I done seen this at Walmart, Target, all these places. But what makes it even more funny, right, is watching conservatives be outraged by this. Because y'all been dragging Erica Kirk for months. Dragging her like a carry-on suitcase through the airport. But now suddenly jokes hurt? Oh, so it was funny when y'all was doing it. But now it's not funny no more now that he shined a light on it. And whoever is doing Drewski's makeup and all those other things, bravo, bravo. Because that wasn't a skit. That was accuracy with a wig on.
I have to laugh at that shit. And in all seriousness, I don't understand why people are getting upset. Drewski seriously never said Erica Kirk's name, but the reactions and the persona he created is the same exact thing. So why is everybody getting upset at the truth? As Bishop said, when you do it on the other side, it's all well and good. But then when we do it, it's not cool at all. So make up your mind. Which one is it?
Well, if Paul calls me, tell him I'm working at the boutique late tonight.
Linda, first of all, I'm not your answering service. Second of all, somebody named Greg or Craig called you just a little while ago.
Well, which one was it, Greg or Craig?
I don't know. I can't keep up with all of your boyfriends.
Let's move on to the next video. Now, the next video is from another friend of mine, Danny. He talks about what recently occurred with Spirit Airlines. Now, I had no idea about this information of what was happening back in 2025 of January. Apparently, there was a person who was trying to buy Spirit Airlines, but thanks to this racist administration, they put a stop to it. Because why would they want to see any person of color succeed? So let's go ahead and play this video.
So it's not just the Iranian war that is responsible for the destruction of Spirit Airlines. It is very much also corporate greed and late-stage capitalism. I've seen a lot of people talk about how Spirit Airlines had a very poor economic model, and that is why they could not survive these hard times. But Spirit Airlines is a company that lasted 34 years with that economic model. And it did not run into any of the issues that they ran into until 60 days ago, when that man started his war with Iran. Spirit Airlines wanted to prioritize making flight affordable for the average citizen. They wanted to keep flights affordable for as many people as they possibly could. And maybe you did not get a premium experience while you flew, but wherever you were going, you got there safely, soundly, and on time. On top of that, Spirit Airlines was one of the safest ways to travel through the air. Do you know which company did not have any issues over the last few years when planes were literally falling apart in the sky or exploding before they took off, and everybody was doing whatever they could to investigate Boeing for cutting as many corners as they could possibly cut, and it leading to people losing their lives? Well, Spirit Airlines did not put Boeing planes into the sky. They used Airbuses, and they had no incidents when almost every other airline was dealing with major issues around the world. But here's another thing. Sean Duffy, the transportation secretary, is trying to cite a merger that did not go through under the last administration as the main cause for Spirit Airlines falling apart. Blame Joe Biden, of course, like they always do. However, they do not talk about the acquisition that was attempted in January of 2025. A young entrepreneur, a black man, had acquired the capital and a number of investors to back him in a potential purchase of Spirit Airlines. And yet, for some reason, his bid was not taken seriously, and he was told there was absolutely no chance he would be able to purchase that airline. It would have made Spirit Airlines the first majority black-owned airline in the country. So not only could we have had an airline that was exceptionally affordable for the average citizen, it would have been owned by minorities. I wonder why that didn't pan out. Now, through tariffs and this war with Iran, the president has been directly responsible for the affordability crisis we are experiencing in this country. And I wonder which companies are going to be able to weather the storm of his poor business decisions. It will undoubtedly be the major airlines, the major companies, and whoever bent over backwards to curry favor with this administration and not focus on what was best for their customers. The fact is, Spirit Airlines cited themselves that they could not keep up with the rising fuel costs brought on directly from this conflict in the Middle East. They said themselves that the cost of fuel was rising on average to the tune of $15 million per day. And because they were a company not looking to pass that cost off to the consumer, thus flying directly in the face of their original business model, no pun intended, they decided it would be best to shut their company down. And guess what's going to happen? One of these bigger airlines is going to buy up all of their inventory, all of their planes for pennies on the dollar. And do you think any of them will be trying to make the cost of flight more affordable for any of their customers? The answer is no.
So I want to pause for a little bit and reflect on what Danny spoke on. He's brought up several different points in that video he put together. He talked about how they suppressed someone for buying that airline, making him a not only a profitable business owner, but probably one of the better business owners to be able to continue utilizing Spirit Airlines and having people be able to take affordable flights. I mean, think about people who take flights and they're traveling for business quite often. The idea of when you are running a business is to have these affordable flights so that the expenses aren't so high. I mean, when you're running a business, you try to keep expenses as low as possible. This is the part that's very important with running a business. Not skimming from the top, but keeping those expenses low so that the business continues to make money and be profitable and show if they need to take out a loan or expand or whatever, they did all of the things that they needed to do in order for them to succeed and show proof of that. Unfortunately, this administration and the people who voted for this did not see how the domino effect works. While everybody was rah, USA is gone, all of these people lost their jobs. Oh, they didn't need those jobs because it was government jobs and we didn't need it. Those jobs, yes, they did need it because it affected the farmers. Nobody thought of that. Nobody thought of how the farmers were going to be affected. Not even the farmers themselves probably thought that who voted for this. They probably thought they were going to be the exception because they brought into the propaganda of the farmer was going to be protected. Oh, we'll protect you, don't worry. And that was not to be the case. So you brought into a propaganda of lies. They were not going to think about you ever. It's kind of like those tons of promises. I'm going to bring costs down. I'm going to bring gas prices down. I'm going to bring energy down. I'm going to stop all wars. And meanwhile, all of those things happen. They may not have happened in the order that he talked about, but eventually, one by one by one, he made all of those things happen that he said he wasn't going to do. My thing with all of this, the people who voted for this have issues. They probably have pedo issues as well, and they're racist. Nothing good was going to come out of this. Nothing. And if this is what you voted for, if this is what you're okay with, are you willing to deal with the consequences of what is happening right now? Because I am almost positive, 99% sure, people who voted for this are feeling it in one form or another, some worse than others. And I say to that, good for your ass, because we all warned you. And I don't feel any empathy whatsoever. As far as what Danny was talking about with buying up what they have, it's going to be ruined. I heard a video of a pilot basically finding out that this is going to be his last flight. He was very emotional in what he was talking about. And it's so sad how nobody sees that maybe a few hours ago, this man thought, he had a schedule, he had a job, he had nothing to worry about, job security, he's a pilot. Sure, can he work for another airline? Of course. He has a special skill a lot of us do not have. Understand what I'm saying? At the end of the day, there is a series of domino effects, a seriousness of domino effects. Nobody seems to understand how this affects all of us. We are not owning anything. You are not owning a lib. You are not owning the Strait of Hormuz. You are not owning the Gulf of Mexico. You're not owning Cuba. You're not owning Venezuela. You're not owning anything. Nothing. You wake up in the same bed. You go to sleep in the same bed. You take a bath if that's an option for you, because I don't even know. People have got to learn to use their critical thinking skills. The focus on hating people of color, hating immigrants has really got to stop. And I'm not sitting here trying to implore you, oh, you must stop. You want to continue hating? Do it by yourself. But stop affecting the whole world with this fucking nonsense. I'm personally tired of it. I really am. I'm not the kind of person that I'm going to sit there and try to implore people why you shouldn't hate. People are ingrained in this craziness, and I want to leave them there. I don't want to fix them. I don't have a desire to fix people who are unfixable. So the next video I want to talk about is quite disturbing. There was a girl who went out on a date, and the guy did not want to end the date. And the things he was saying was not normal. And unfortunately, this is the world that we live in.
I think this date's over.
Well, that's the dumbest shit I've heard. So that's not even going to be the case right now. This date is not over. Like I said, we are going to do what I want to do.
No.
No. We're going to do what I want to do, and I don't give a shit what you have to say. So unlock, and let's go inside.
No.
Okay, well, you don't make the calls right now. I do. I said, take off the seatbelt and get your ass inside.
My seatbelt's
We are
already
going to
off.
have fun. Because right now, this isn't fun. We're going to go have fun. Listen to what I'm telling you. Stop with the yammering. Listen.
I think this date's over.
Now, this is crazy. I was reading the comments, and it says, I believe it says the name of the person who lives on West 57th Street. That's an expensive place to live at now. 57th Street used to be not ghetto-ish, but it's definitely not what it is now today in New York City. I'd be calling 911. Somebody put, I just want to talk to him, and they put a... I'm not even going to describe it. The picture says it all. Why are you still sitting there? Let me tell you something. I'm going to share something with you guys. Why is she still sitting there? It made me think of a date that I went on. It was very frightening. I went out on a blind date. This was years ago. I was doing a lot of dating at the time. And guys had a tendency of putting pictures up of themselves where they were a lot younger than what they looked in real life. Some of them were accurate. Don't get me wrong. Some of them were pretty accurate in putting pictures up there of themselves in the current. Because when you meet them, you recognize them from their picture. Other people did not do that. I remember one guy I went out with, he must have put a picture of himself when he was in his early 20s. Because when I met him in real life, I was like, I thought it was a joke. I was like, where's the guy? It was a completely different person. We ended up becoming really good friends throughout the years, but it was never the same because I felt like he was deceitful. You know, he didn't present himself as who he is now in this day and age. Cut away to a date that I went on. The guy was not what he looked like in his picture at all. I already had my friend on speed dial prepared for her to call me so that I could get away. We went to this restaurant, which I really did not want to go to, but there was a feeling I had inside of me where I felt if I escaped, I was going to be stalked and harassed. I don't know any other way to put it. Anyway, we went out on the date and my friend was like texting me and I was trying to tell her, you know, how am I going to get out of this? I even went to the bathroom to talk to her on the phone. I mean, the guy was rambunctious. He was talking loud. He was bringing us attention that even this lady in the bathroom, she was like, I was looking at you saying, like, what are you doing with that guy? I'm like, there has to be a way for me to escape out of this restaurant without him noticing. Unfortunately, the waiter sat us near the bathroom. So for me to leave the bathroom out of the restaurant, he would have seen me leaving. It was just a disaster. Needless to say, because I lived in the Bronx at the time and it was easy for me to get around, you know, you take a cab, you get on the train. That was my way of escaping. And when we left, he was like, well, where are you going? I was already like hailing a cab because I knew something was not right with this man. He was like, I bought you dinner. He called me a slur name that starts with an S that refers to like Hispanic people. And as he was like trying to come after me, I was able to get in a cab and I told the cab driver, just drive. Like I just had no destination. We were in Midtown in the 20s on the east side. And I was just like, just drive to like 14th Street and Union Square. Just get me the hell out of here. And I'm looking back to make sure that he didn't get in a cab, that he wasn't behind me. It was very, very scary. So when you're in a position like that with a belligerent person who's telling you, we're going to go inside and we're going to have fun. It was the same way like this guy. I mean, granted, I was not sitting in a car. I was out in the street. But what was to stop me from this man grabbing me and hailing a cab and like shoving me in there? Nothing. I was lucky in thinking instinctively. But a lot of the times I have to tell you, you guys and girls, like both, because I have heard horror stories with men as well. Do not pick up the person in your fucking car. Take separate transportation. Meet at a place where it is very crowded. Do not go out to dinner first. Meet for coffee. That was the one thing that date showed me. Don't go out to dinner. Meet for coffee. Do it in a public place because if you don't feel an attraction to that person, you don't owe them anything. You cut ties. Thank you for coming. It was great meeting you. Whatever it is, however it is that you end the meeting and go home. Make sure that you're not being followed. I don't understand how people live in this too trusting age on the internet. We all have to be careful. I mean, clearly this girl is fine, but I would not be on any dating app. Seriously. It's not even worth it. It's not. Go get a toy. I wanted to read this one comment from this man here. Girl dad here. Immediate temporary restraining order and a firearm. This scumbag is an R word. Frightening. Frightening. So this video I'm going to play before we do a paranormal is a man who's talking about his family and they look to Donald Trump as he is Jesus Christ. I just don't get it anymore. I really don't.
My family members, they do worship Donald Trump. They do believe he is Jesus Christ. So when he shows that image of himself as the Christ, that's how they see him. My family doesn't pray for Donald Trump. They pray to him. They worship him. You understand? This is a cult. And they believe, my father believes Donald Trump was born without sin, that he is God in human flesh, that my father said Trump never lies. Do you understand me? And that he was sent by himself to save the world from the Mexicans. This is a religion of racism. The Christians ran out of Jews to kill, the Catholics, in Nazi Germany. And so they moved on to immigrants and Mexicans and gays. MAGAs hate the same people the Nazis hated. And the MAGAs have the same archetype.
Wait, Todd, let's back up. You're a Republican?
Yes, I'm a Lincoln Republican. I believe in freeing the slaves. Yep.
And did you ever vote for?
Would be nice.
Did you ever vote for President Trump?
Why would I? He's a pedophile.
And when you say your family members, your father, do you still have a relationship with them?
No, I don't. Well, no, we don't anymore. I don't break bread with the enemy. I don't dine with Nazis and mass murderers like Bill Weldon from Johnson & Johnson. Okay? You got these upper-level Nazis in the cult of Baal. They're all pedophiles, and you know it, running Hollywood and Washington, D.C. as Sodom and Gomorrah. They're all on the same team. You want to talk about Democrats and Republicans? That's all theater. This is a moral issue. It's about good versus evil. You see.
Here's Bill, Satellite Beach, Florida, Democrat.
You know what is crazy is people will listen to that man and think that he is the lunatic. They will believe that he has it wrong. And he doesn't. As crazy as he sounded, it almost sounds like a person with conspiracy theories. But this man is accurate. Everything that he said is not a conspiracy theory. He's right. It is a moral issue. It is good versus evil. And everything that every MAGA has believed in is all propaganda. How they continue to spew it, I wonder, do they know that they're spreading propaganda? Do they wholeheartedly believe in everything that they're saying? Or are they doing it for a grift to make money? It could be a variety of things. What is harmful are the people who know what it is, what they're saying, what they're doing, what they're grifting, and not caring about who it hurts down the line for as long as their pockets are lined. I mean, Jim Jones did the same thing. You knew it was coming. You knew Jim Jones was coming. I don't have any other comparison. Yes, we could talk about different lunatic leaders who develop cults, but on the top tier of lunacy when it comes to cult life is Jim Jones. And everyone who is in a cult right now is just following the same playbook. So let's close out with a paranormal video. There is a guy on here called It's Just Ryan. He has been having weird experiences in his house. A lot of people are not believing him. He has like an external barn or something like that, and his dog doesn't want to go in it. I've been participating in some of his lives, but a lot of the times I don't have the patience to sit on people's lives that are doing paranormal. I don't know why that is. I would just prefer like a pre-recorded version already ready for me to watch and pause and go back if there's anything that I heard, if I can capture any EVPs during the recording. I don't know. I'm just not a live kind of a person. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and play one of his videos where he hears sounds coming from the addict of this particular house.
I didn't want to say this, but as of right now, I know for sure there's some type of demonic entity or presence on my property as we speak, and it's happening right now. It's happening during the night. It's happening during the day. It does not matter. In here, man, I'm over it. Oh my.
Nope.
I have caught every noise imaginable, from groaning to something sounding like it's in pain to screaming.
No, I got goosebumps.
To laughing, to clawing. There's weird 1920s style music playing. People have told me to sage the house. Then people said don't. And then people are telling me to get a priest and an investigator. And then people are telling me don't do that. I've never experienced anything like this. But what is happening right now is shape-shifting every day, and it's turning into something that I can't even explain. Molly, you want to come in?
Dog is like, nope.
Yeah, I have no idea what to do. So if you have not seen my videos and you want to see something absolutely terrifying and absolutely authentic, go and watch my videos.
So I really don't know what to make of all of this. Like I said, he has been doing lives, and I'm not really interested in paranormal lives. I don't know if it's like the short attention span. I have no idea. But the comments, they're really supportive. Like some of these comments, and I'll read some of them, not all of them. There's one comment here. If you turn out to be some sort of filmmaker and this turns out to be a paranormal activity thing, I'm gonna be pissed. Wait, you took your Ring camera? It can't do that. Dude, you got people on here, including me, who are invested and careful and care and fully support you. With that being said, if this is fake, we're going to be very disappointed, and you'll probably lose a majority of your followers if this is a fake. Please don't play with our emotions. If it's just fake, tell us now. Well, I'm going to say this. He has not said that it was a fake thing. Like I said, he's doing lives. And I think with lives, like if he actually goes up there to that space and has like a camera where he turns on a flashlight, maybe then, I don't know. But I'm going to leave it at that. And you tell me your thoughts on all of these videos. And with all that being said, this is Maribel Blue signing off. As always, remember, be good to yourself, be good to each other. Most importantly, take care of you. Bye, everybody.